Do you want it bigger or smaller?
I don't know. Big is so big.
Well, this is you. You're like front and center.
I know. I'm like, I'm shy.
How was your day, by the way?
Listen, everyone that knows me knows how shy I am.
Oh,
Is it live?
look, Patrick saying, "Hey, already." That's what she said. Oh, Patrick. Do you want it bigger?
There, I'm kind of watching on that too. Should we give it a few minutes? Give it a minute.
No, but how was your day? What did you do?
Today was kind of busy. I'm kind of slammed in real estate right now, which is a great thing. So catching up on a lot of real estate work. I trained with Alex today, almost every day. I've been warning everyone, y'all get ready for Saturday. It's coming. Hi.
Hey, Susan.
I went for a little walk. I try to get out every day. This is one thing people can learn about me. For those of you who don't know, I have Subi. So if you're like, what is she doing with her hands? What's happening there? It's that Subi always has my camera with me.
People usually see you dancing samba. You know, this is the first time you're sitting in the chair just relaxing.
I know. This does not happen much ever. Yeah, went for a little walk, did some cleaning, did some stuff around the house, just lots of paperwork, and I'm so busy in social media right now. So,
how are Bill and Sadie?
Good. Everybody's good. Sadie's online school is taking up a lot of my time during the day as well. So.
I know you're managing and helping her educate. She's so resistant to school. Oh,
yeah,
man.
you know, I think this is gonna sound so crazy. I think she's actually doing better with online school, and this is just she's got a schedule that works well for her. You know, she loves to go to the park on her lunch break. Luckily, we have a park right down the street, and yeah, she's actually doing really well. And I just help her as best as I can. Now that we've gotten through a couple weeks of technological logistical nightmare, I think we're kind of like coasting a little bit more now. So it's been good. Yes, Patrick, this is StreamYard. I'm also watching Facebook so that I can answer any questions. Pop up.
So, you know, a lot of people see you as like a sambista, and you know they see you dancing, but maybe they don't know, you know, Jenny the person. Maybe they don't know Jenny as the mother, the realtor, you know, all the hats that you wear. You know, and we've talked about, you know, all the wearing different hats and knowing when to change them and whatnot. So,
yeah. So I'll tell how old is Jenny. I will tell my age. I'm okay with that. I'm actually 38. And for some reason, when I say that, people are like, oh, I think that I come across a lot younger. And I'm just going to say that dance keeps me young. And a good skincare
happens.
and not a lot of meat in my diet. I don't know. Yeah. 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 So I'm originally from Boston. I've lived here in North Carolina it's been almost 12 years. It's been a little over 11 years now. And I lived in about 7 states before that. I lived in Florida, Wisconsin, Tennessee, New Hampshire, Massachusetts. And then I had some weird, like, in between, you know, when I was a professional dancer and I was contracted, I would also live in New Jersey. I lived in Chicago. So I've gotten I had quite a bit of travel in me before I really started even traveling. And as chaotic as that sounds, I was really thankful for that. And I also think that that's why I have so much urge to travel now. I'm not used to being in one spot. So I love that. Hey, we got a little tune going.
Sorry, trying to share it.
Yeah. So some fun facts. I actually have a degree in environmental science.
I know. She's a smartie.
I'm a total
Me too.
geek. And then I also minored in dance and marketing. So, I never put that degree to use per se, but there are parts that I did because I was in the fitness industry for a very long time, and I'll get to that in a minute. So I have that. Some people don't know that I don't eat meat. I will indulge in like sushi every once in a while, but I have been meat free for, gosh, it's been like 11 years now that I have not. I can't do it, Matthew.
I know. It's so funny.
Happen.
More power to you. I wish I could do that, but just when I see a big steak, I'm like, ah.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I also understand why you don't. The ethical reason behind it is pretty powerful.
Yeah, a lot of it came from when I was in school and I was going through my, you just learn about all the different effects, and I just geeked out on that stuff, and I just got a whole, they say like if some things had glass walls, things would be very different. And when you have an in-depth look,
The industry.
Yeah, so many of my classes, I would just leave like so disgusted, so sick to my stomach. And I was like, I can't support this anymore. I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
We're done. We're out of here.
Out. And then I actually felt great, giving up meat. So it's not been hard. I don't worry about my protein. And obviously, I consider myself a very active individual. So I think that helps a lot.
Should you tell a time about you made Bill go raw vegan?
Yeah. Oh my God. I was a full vegan for about a year. And it wasn't that bad. But then we went on this like raw vegan kick, and where we were going to go completely raw vegan. And that's like, you're really only eating fruits, vegetables, nuts, seeds.
Like,
we kind of snuck in some wine. That helped a little bit, helped us. And I know when I wasn't looking, there was a couple people doing it with us. I know that they were probably sneaking things that were not considered raw vegan.
Pizza.
But I'll never forget, I got a call from his boss, and he was like, he's not doing this anymore. He's being such a jerk at work.
He's done. He's so mad all the time.
The detox was real for him. He was dying. It's like he had a nasty, nasty cold out of nowhere. So, yeah, it was bad. All I could do was laugh because, I was like, it sucks. For me, it was the caffeine withdrawal. Like,
yeah.
That was really hard because coffee beans are roasted, So, and tea was not, I can't do tea on a raw stomach. I throw up. So that was always fun. Yeah, go ahead.
So, you I feel like you've done so much in your life, and you have so many unique stories to offer people, from, talking about Six Flags, which I don't think many people know, to owning your own dance studio, to traveling to Brazil, and then you're a mother, you have a family, so you're able to balance all these things, what are some of the highlights and things that you're super proud of?
Yeah, I would say first and foremost, just now, the current situation, it's a tough time. And I do, like you said earlier, I do wear a lot of hats. I have a lot of jobs. And that's on top of being a mom. For those of you who don't know, I'm a realtor, and real estate in the Triangle is not any less crazy right now. In fact, it's really hot. Like, the market is really moving. So, real estate is not stagnant. It's moving a lot. I also work in social media. And obviously during the pandemic, social media, like the, demand for social media has gone up because everybody's kind of sitting at home, or they're on their computer and they're scroll. So
yeah,
a lot of demand, working with a lot of different brands, and working with some local companies to try to help boost their social media. So, as an entrepreneur that has many different things outside of dance and outside of BailaCura, you have to be really self-motivated, and you have to kind of figure out a schedule and a process that works for you. So, of course, I'm proud, having been able to hold all that down consistently for all this time. Because it's not easy, but I do love it. I love, not a single day is boring. You wake up and you you just check your email, like, okay, what do we got going on today? And try to schedule some things in between for sanity's sake. So, but yeah.
I mean, I know them because, you know, we've been, you know, close friends for a while, but like, you know, what are some of like your favorite memories? Because I mean, you have to tell about that Catwoman. You have to talk about that.
Okay, so fun fact about myself is that I was a performer for a company called Silver Tree Productions. And I worked for Six Flags, and I auditioned when I was in the dance program at UMass Boston. There was a flyer, and it was basically like Six Flags is hiring dancers. And I was like, cool, I'm in the dance program. And at that time, I was training at Boston Ballet, you know, just loving it. And I was like, what better job to do over the summer? You know, you get to go live on sea, like basically you go there, you live there. It reminded me of Dirty Dancing, which is my favorite. Because you're like, you know, you're being sent there and you're going to live with all the people that you're working with. And I was like, this sounds way better than like dorm rooms. Let's do this. So I auditioned and I got in. And the first chunk of time, this is super funny. I was actually Daffy Duck.
You were Daffy Duck? I did not know that. Oh, wow.
Daffy Duck, I think at one time, and I was a swing, what they would call a swing, where you would have to train in under many, many different shows, different parts. Each show had different parts or different characters. So I was Daffy Duck, but I also did Tweety Bird at one point. I tried to do Sylvester. I was too short. That ended in total disaster. I think they had to stop the show. Actually, it was really bad. And, didn't go well. And yeah, so, and then I did a whole bunch of the different dance shows, and I did some magic shows. And somehow I was talked into doing stunt shows. I had no experience whatsoever on how, and, you know, and you have to think about like the Batman show at Six Flags, or the Indiana Jones show at Universal Studios, you know, it was that kind of live action show. And I was like, oh man, this is not like, I'm a dancer. This is not, I don't do that, whatever it is. And I was kind of talked into doing, the first year I was not Catwoman. The first year was at Six Flags New England. And I played a dual role. So in the beginning of the show, I was Spice, which you'd have to kind of know, you'd have to like geek out on Marvel Comics, but I had like this wig, I remember like short pink hair, and I wore like this leather outfit. And Spice got taken out early in the show, and then I had to change outfits very quickly and become Lieutenant Montoya, who was like, you know, the hero. So that was the first year. And then after that, I did some shows in, oh God, I think it was New York. Yeah, we went to New York. I did some shows in New York. And that one I played, I don't know, her name was Jennifer something. She's in the comic books. And then they were opening a new show in New Jersey, Six Flags Great Adventure, New Jersey. And they were like, Marvel Comics is so very specific on the proportion and the height and the requirements. And so, you know, the guy that ran the entertainment department at this time, we were very close, and he was like, you need to audition for Catwoman. And I was like, oh, no.
Yes.
Yeah, and it was a yes. So I went, I auditioned for, I think he had me audition for everything. That year I was doing the magic show. I was doing Catwoman. I was doing 8 million shows in this park every day, performing. But yeah, I played Catwoman. I had to learn how to use a whip. So some of you guys are like, Jenny, I saw you doing whip work at Unity. Actually, Christian had me do a whip routine.
And you already knew.
And they're like, well, how did you learn? And I'm like, it's such a long story, but that it was not pretty. It was messy. I hurt myself a lot in the beginning. And there was a lot of, you know, I had to get over a lot of fears, jumping off of buildings, fighting, you know, doing gymnastics on top of a building with no safety net and stuff. So as scary. And I used to throw up after every show. That's something else people don't know.
But I mean, that kind of outlook has kind of propelled you into how I feel like you are now, because in the essence, like, you aren't scared and you just jump out and try new things. And I mean, you've owned a dance company, you started another one, you're gonna think the co-director for another one, and I mean, and then you also helped start BailaCura. So I mean, and then you've done your own real estate. Like, you've
Yeah.
just kind of just keep going and just keep making things work. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What are some of the other things that you're involved in?
Right now, currently.
Yeah, so like what about like NC and the dance company that you have?
Totally, yeah. So we did have Aura for a while, and that was an amazing experience. It was so nice to be able to give our community. So I don't think she ages for not knowing. It was so
forever.
wonderful to be able to give our dance community such a great place. I am thankful that we ended it when it was time. When our lease was up, because I think that now we would have maybe not been able to end on such a high note.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it would have been a little bit of a struggle now. But so I'm so thankful for that experience. But also, my personal growth as a dancer started to excel. So that's where travel and things came in. And yeah, it really was, Luann, to where the studio was, it was hard to maintain. So outside of that, NC Brazilian Arts Project, that is my family. And as you guys know, based out of Charlotte, it's Adriana and Juan Pablo that actually own it. I was there when they started it, and as somebody that already has multiple jobs under their name, it was not something that I wanted to take ownership of at that time. So that's why we kind of came up with the director position of the Triangle area. So teaching classes, choreographing, managing the team, helping with booking gigs, all those things was just enough. But the NC Brazilian Arts Project, I'm so proud to be part of that, because it has just really grown. It went from, I watched it go from a baby, and then with a lot of labor and love, it's become so much bigger than I think Adriana and Juan could have ever imagined.
Oh yeah.
And I love that we have such beautiful relationships with the community in Brazil. It means so much to me to know that we're doing things the right way. With the capoeiristas and the drummers and the dancers and, everything from our costume to our shoes. So I am so proud of that. And Crystal, who's also on BailaCura, is part of that with me as well. And Susie also dances. Woo! Yeah. And then Crystal and I started right before the pandemic, Ayana Dance Project, which is all about embracing the fierce female in all of our dancers. We didn't get to really dive into that yet, but we hope to pick back up as soon as we're able to. So
yeah, will. I mean, as soon as we get back to it, I have no doubt you're gonna go right for it.
Our debut is still yet to come.
Oh yeah. And I mean, with the NC BAP, I bet you never saw or never thought when it first started that you would be in Brazil performing and have now that qualification. What exactly is that qualification?
So I'm glad you asked this, because this is where my heart leaps out of my chest. I get so excited about talking about it. So in the world of samba, it's different. I'll just say that it's very different. It's still so close to the roots. It's still, the heartbeat of it is in Brazil. It's not been, watered down, and of course there is evolution, right? There's evolution in every dance, but it's still so close to the roots that the Brazilian community makes it so crystal clear that you have to be involved in that aspect of it as well, to be appreciated and to be well respected as a dancer. So, it was always a bucket list of mine to do Carnival. But even when that became a bucket list item, I don't think I truly understood the meaning behind it. And what I went down to do is called a pasista. And although this title per se, you know, I think of it more of an experience than a title. I can't say, you know, world champion. I can't say this. I can't see that. And I honestly don't want to, because to me, that doesn't do, you know, samba justice. I just truly, you know, a lot of people maybe argue that, and that's okay. This is just my personal feeling. No trophy, no title from any, you know, Latin dance competition in the US would give me the knowledge and experience that I learned as a dancer doing this experience that I did. So a pasista is, well, let me backtrack. So there's something called a musa. When people see Carnival, they typically see these beautiful, huge, feathered costumes. And I mean, it's just insane. Those positions, you know, while some of them are earned in the community, some of them may also kind of be bought and paid for. And that's fine. It helps support the Brazilian community. That's why they allow for that to happen. A pasista is not as glamorous. We had to go down there for almost 2 months, you know, Adriana and I. And we had street rehearsals, and you have to do the whole experience leading up to Carnival. So it's not a finish line, you know, type of thing. It's something that you're going for the experience. So a lot of training, oh boy, a lot of training, a lot of street rehearsals, performances, you know, they would just pop up and we were kind of expected to show up and be there and perform with the band. And I guess the best way to think about it is like Super Bowl, right? Carnival is like Super Bowl and all the different teams go and, you know, they're trying to compete. Well, Carnival, it's all the different communities in Brazil. You know, that's what they had and that's what they have. So Adriana and I were with Bangu Samba School, which was probably about like an hour outside of Rio. And that's who we represented. And so, you know, you really have to be there for that whole experience. Then you parade with them. That's kind of the icing on the cake. But without that whole experience, you know, you have not really been able to say, you know, hey, I've been a pasista. And that term gets thrown around loosely. But, you know, Adriana and I made sure that we did the whole experience. And, you know, who's to say we might not go back down again? I'm not sure.
I have no doubt you will.
I'm not sure I would do that again. It was just a lot.
I'm sure you'll be in Rio again. I'm sure you'll do Carnival. I mean,
yeah, there's a good chance, but probably not for that long. But, you know, I did it and Adriana did it. And we were, I remember we crossed the finish line and it was just like waterworks. And at that point, to be honest with you, we were so fed up. We were physically exhausted. We were like, I can't wait to go back. Oh, I'm so tired of Brazil. And then we crossed the finish line and it was like, and everything changed.
Like, I want to start over again. I don't want to leave.
I don't want to go home. Yeah, it's so crazy stuff. So again, it's different. You know, I don't know if they have anything like that with a lot of the Latin dances, but it was so important to me as a person who appreciates, respects, and experiences samba regularly, you know.
I remember talking with Bill as you were the night of Carnival when you were performing, and we were trying to find you on the cameras that were showing of the. Yeah, I was like, man, there's all these people. Which one is she? And then your Bangu flag came out, and we're trying to find you with it. But you know, y'all all look strikingly similar from like these pixelated cameras that were, you know, on the street corner. But I wish she could have been there with you.
Yeah, it was a really cool experience. I have some footage, but you know, as a pasista, your job is not to stand out like a musa is. Your job is to be that crew. And we were representing like the metals, like the metal trade, you know. So we were in these crazy costumes that you literally get right before Carnival, and like they don't fit you. You're trying to like just.
And you're like, don't let it fall off.
Well, it was raining that night, and I'll never forget. This woman like grabbed my backpack and just tightened it as we were walking on, and I still have it rubbed completely. Like I had blood dripping down my.
Yeah, I've seen that scar on your back. Yeah.
So, but it was like that is the experience. That is Carnival, you know. It really is.
But I mean, that kind of experience has also kind of propelled you as the BailaCura artistic director into, you know, how your vision, right, for the artistic side of this community, the events that we have, not just this virtual event, but probably in the future. What do what kind of changed? What do you see that's important now?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I would be completely lying if I said that, it didn't affect the way that I see the festivals, and it has just really changed my perspective. And I think that until you've gone through some kind of experience like that before, and you've actually immersed yourself in the culture of the dance that you are trying to profit from, and I think that you lose sight is the best way to word that. So it's not for me, of course. It's about balance. I love having a wow performance at our festival, and I love watching wow performances at other festivals. But to have a festival that we may call, a Latin dance festival or an international festival, how can we only have that? How do we represent and not really have the substance? So, and I think Patrick is still on. As Patrick knows, I don't know what Susan is typing down there. Some gibberish.
I think she must have accidentally hit her keyboard, but yeah, I mean, for like the virtual event this year, you've specifically chosen the artists that are all headliners, amazing and world-renowned artists, but they also have other aspects to them that you find important. What are those?
Absolutely, yeah. And I've had the privilege of taking class from all but one. I've not taken class with Marisol, so I'm so excited for that. But I wanted substance. I wanted instructors that don't just, spend their whole year working on a competition piece so that they can take home a title and a trophy, or spending all of their time making videos for social media. I guess that's the part that changed for me. It doesn't feel as meaningful as it used to. So I specifically wanted instructors that are so well-versed in their craft, that have so much substance and knowledge and training, and have gone out of their way to really know and understand the roots and the history of the dance. That, to me, is what is most impressive, because, they're doing it for the sake of the dance, not for the sake of their own popularity. And again, a lot of people might disagree with that, but that is the perspective that I have now, and that has definitely evolved. It's definitely changed. So, bringing in Marisol for Afro-Cuban and Shani for Pachanga. I've taken her class in New York, and we had her at Aura, and she can go to town with some history. She's amazing. Alex, I mean, you all know how much I love Alex. And he almost killed me in Brazil with the broomstick. But man, he is one of the best, inspirations and motivators and coaches and mentors that anyone could ever have in terms of samba. And he's from Brazil. We also have Charlie Garcia. He is just an amazing energy. He knows his stuff so well. Yeah, Luann. I think Luann took Shani when we had her before. And who am I missing? I'm missing somebody.
And then Kizomba.
Yes. So we have Kimberly and Horatio. Kimberly travels regularly to Angola, and Horatio came, I believe he is originally from Angola. So, I mean, you can't get much closer to the roots than that. And then we all know Jessica Lambden has extensive training in Zouk, and she can probably go off on all different types. In a perfect example, when Marisol asked me, well, which do you prefer I teach? And she named like 5 different. And I'm like, oh.
You're like, what do you think you should teach?
Afro-Brazilian a little bit, but, so I was like, Marisol, like whatever you think is best. But, if somebody is only focused on footwork, choreography, and social media, I'm not sure that they would even have the knowledge to ask that kind of question to a promoter. So, I just love it. I just, I think that we owe homage to these dances because they're helping us They're helping us, support an amazing cause. And that's the only way to see it as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah. And I think, for 2021, while we're haven't really solidified the artists yet because they're still working through the virtual event. I'm sure that the artist for next year, when we return to in-person dancing, uh, you know, we don't want just artists that are shiny and look good, but also artists that can bring the knowledge and the history, as you were saying, because at the end of the day, if we don't kind of continue explaining it, then it gets lost. And you were telling me this on the phone when we were driving, like 2 days ago when we were just chatting, and you were saying how sometimes it's hard to find the history, and you have to actively seek out the people with the knowledge because it's not written down, and it's kind of progressed through story, and that's our turn to do that now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. I think anyone that knows the roots and the history of a dance, these are dances that are out of slavery and out of from Africa, and from there just really spread out during slave trade. So no, they couldn't keep written records. Everything is oral, and dance was a way for them to practice their religion, to come through with joy out of a really difficult time. So I guess I can honestly say it saddens me a little bit when I see instructors take advantage of it. And that's part of me that has grown and evolved and changed a lot, because I couldn't imagine for 1 second doing something that would displease the Brazilian community. I feel very privileged, that I have people that are willing to work with me. And I even have, Bangu was like, I don't know what's going to happen with Carnival this year, but we're waiting for you, like to me and Adriana. And I was like, oh my God, like my heart just leapt out of my chest to know that they're like, hey, we always have a spot for you here. We love,
awesome.
We love you guys. And so it's reassurance, like we're doing it right. And I wish that every instructor would take that approach and say, hey, I dance salsa. If I were to go someplace where it's very heavily rooted, would those people approve of the way I dance it? And I think playing and having fun is great, but I think you also have to know the rules really well before you break them. So fusion is great, but do you know your rules and your history and your knowledge first,
Well, what's good is, we could set the standard, and we can be an example, and hopefully have a great event that, now we're teaching, we're offering an education into cancer and about our cause, but also we're offering the dance knowledge, which is amazing as well. So, hopefully people will see us and be like, I want to be like them. And I want to, offer just as much, because we're offering the dancing, we're offering the DJ, we're offering all the fun stuff, but we're offering other things as well that are so intangible. And, just, it makes that experience so much more meaningful. But yeah, so do you want to go through the classes and the times that they're being offered?
Yeah, let's see. I don't know. Let me pull up if that's okay.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the virtual event, and kind of go through quickly, what we're doing, because it's in a couple days. So
I know.
I woke up this morning to like 6 more people registered. So, and that's just like in a 4-hour time span, and so it's exciting seeing people roll in.
Yeah. Yeah. And obviously, guys, we would rather be with y'all in person, but North Carolina would not even allow for that to be a possibility at this time.
Yeah.
It would have been.
We wouldn't be able to open.
No. It was either stay virtual and bring some amazing artists and DJs in, or have a weekender. It's one of those, and we want to keep going for you guys. And first and foremost, we understand that it's a pandemic and times are hard and things are crazy. So we didn't want to disclude anybody. Everything is open, and we're just hoping that if you guys can and you're willing, that you'll be able to donate so that we can keep, pushing towards our cause, of course.
And I mean, we've already raised so much money on Give Lively, and we have some matching donors that I'm not releasing. There's quite a few matching donors that I'm so excited about. So, I mean, we have the ability to not only offer a free event essentially for our community, offer dance classes, offer educational information, offer just a good time, but also support other other organizations in our cause at the same, which is completely amazing. But yeah, so what are the dance classes?
Yeah, so we start right off at noon with Alex, and he's teaching obviously Brazilian samba, and he's going to be teaching what is most popular in Rio right now. And again, there's different types of samba. This would take a long time. We won't get into that, but he will be teaching the style of samba that you see danced in Carnival right now.
Yeah.
And it's for guys and girls. I think there's a misconception, and Matthew, you know this. There's a misconception that samba is only for females, or people that want to wear the big crazy feathers or something like that. Is not necessarily the case. And in fact, in Brazil, it doesn't matter if you are male, female, you can dance whatever style you like. So Alex will be teaching, a style that is right in between the two with some flexibility, depending on how you want to learn it. I highly recommend y'all take this. I don't know when we'll be able to get Alex again. Who knows? Maybe in the future live would be cool.
I hope so.
But we'll see. Be prepared. Make sure you have some water. He does not go easy, okay? And Adriana is going to be translating. Alex only speaks Portuguese. So Adriana has graciously offered to translate and to kind of co-host to make sure that if he's giving notes, he's very, very interactive. So be prepared for a lot of like this and him potentially yelling at you. That's just how he teaches.
They'll get a little taste of what it was like.
Yeah, like a half of Brazil. So we also have, and I might be going out of order, but that's okay. We have Charlie Garcia is going to be teaching salsa. Now, guys, the other thing to know about these workshops is the first 10 to 15 minutes is going to be roots and movement. So it's roots and movement. They're going to be going over some of the history of the dance that they feel it is most important to share with y'all. So if you're like, what is pachanga? Where did samba come from? They're going to answer some of those questions right from the get-go before they get going, okay?
I remember at my first festival, I took a pachanga class, didn't know what it was. I got in, we started doing this movement, and I didn't know where it was from. I didn't know why I'm dancing it. I don't know anything about it. All I know is the guy's like, bring your foot back and slide it in. So what's great is we're trying to start. We're going to do it, and I hope other people catch on, like Jenny was saying, is we're going to be incorporating the knowledge behind it. Why you're good dancing this? Why you're learning it?
And also, it's good to acknowledge that BailaCura has some people involved with our organization that are not necessarily dancers. So this might be their first time seeing it. And outside of that, the first time I heard about pachanga was in Dirty Dancing. I don't know anyone that's
in Dirty Dancing.
What I'm talking about when he was like, we're going to do the pachanga. And now I'm like, oh, wow, we're learning pachanga in the real world. It's happening. I didn't know the history of it at that time. So Shani will be answering. Shani will be teaching that, and she's so good at it. Charlie Garcia is going to be teaching salsa. Okay.
Yeah, Shani's teaching at 6 p.m. And Charlie's teaching at 5 p.m.
Yep.
They'll be on Zoom.
Yes. Again, interactive on Zoom. So in preparation of this, guys, make sure you have access to Zoom on your computer, your phone. You just have to make sure that you have it downloaded or that you can access it on a computer. So that way you don't have any trouble signing in and you're not missing and whatnot. So just prepare yourself that way for sure. What time is Jessica Lambden teaching?
She's teaching at 2 p.m.
2 p.m. So Brazilian Zouk, Jessica Lambden, she's awesome. The unicorn herself.
And then at 4 p.m. we have Kizomba.
Kizomba, yeah. And that's straight from Angola to the world. That was literally what she wanted to call her class. I'm super excited for
that's a really cool name.
Yeah. And it's true. I mean, that's what she's showing a taste of Angola, which is the home of Kizomba. So.
And then at 12 and 1, respectively, Samba and Afro-Cuban.
Yeah, with Marisol Blanco. So.
And then what do we have at 9 a.m.?
9 a.m. we have yoga and meditation with Amanda, who also happens to be a family member. So it's actually Daryl's daughter. I hope I can say that. That's okay, right? Yeah. And she's going to be hopping on to help us start our day, to wake up and be ready, have our minds and our bodies in a good place so that we can enjoy fully the entire day, and it is an entire day. Let's talk about the DJs a little bit.
Let's do it.
So I am so excited for the DJs that we have. I think that they're going to bring us tons of good vibes and energy, even if we're at our house. So we have DJ Selfie starting at 11 a.m. and this is all Eastern time. Just keep that in mind if you're in a different time zone. 11 a.m. and he's going to do the bachata brunch. Unfortunately, we couldn't deliver nationwide, but what I would suggest is have your brunch, wake up. You can do yoga on an empty stomach. I think it's better for you anyway. Shower, get yourself ready, get some bomb breakfast, and then tune in and we can all have brunch together. I think that's really good. If you want to have mimosa, that's up to you. I wouldn't recommend that before Alex, but hey, it's your day.
And then right before that, we'll kick off. Jenny, I get to say a few words, and then we'll start with the bachata brunch. And then right before the bachata brunch, we have self-defense. So if you're interested in learning self-defense, we have a triple black belt, Gloria, who will be teaching some self-defense, primarily geared towards women, but men, don't be afraid to join as well. That will be over StreamYard, as well as the yoga. So the links will be posted on Facebook. So they're already starting to be posted. So when you see them, hit that set reminder button. So that way you know when all of them are. If you want to see any of the times that we've been doing, if you have missed them, go to the website, first page, a virtual event schedule. You can see it right there. And then what other DJ sessions do we have besides the bachata brunch at 11?
So we have DJ Mike Arana in the afternoon. He's going to be doing a salsa hour. So that will get your salsa fans out there. That one's for you. And that can be a little bit of downtime if you don't want to hop on the panel, right? Then in the evening, well, I have to mention also we have a surprise, I should say featured performance, because it's not a surprise anymore. A featured performance by Spirit in Motion. But there is a surprise tucked into that featured performance. We'll just put it that way. Snugged in there that we won't announce until it's time. They have been with us. Oh my goodness, they've been with us forever, and they're honestly one of our biggest supporters. We love and appreciate them. They're literally part of the BailaCura family at this point. So, and then we're gonna have DJ Immersive and DJ Soul Tricks. So Immersive will do 9:30 to 11. I'm going off from memory here. Yep. 9:30 to 11 p.m. And then Soul Tricks is going to do 11 to 12. And as it stands now, those two sessions are going to be on StreamYard, and that will go to our BailaCura YouTube page. Those will most likely not be on Facebook Live. We'll see, but it's, as you guys all know, it's getting a little weird with DJs on Facebook. They don't really want them. They're not welcome there anymore.
Yeah, they're shutting down the music.
Shut them out. So,
on October 1st.
Yeah. So also, guys, make sure you go look up BailaCura on YouTube so that you are ready to go. Subscribe, hit that little notification bell. That way you're getting all the notifications on there as well, so you can see when we're actually going live. And then this is going to be really fun. Right at midnight till about 2 a.m., you're going to have a little bit more of a intimate dance party. And this, grab a drink, dress up, do your hair, put some makeup on, get your dance shoes out. Let's have fun with this one, guys. They're going to do a Zoom party. So it'll be DJ Immersive and DJ Soul Tricks. And they're going to be kind of tag teaming in there and having a really fun set. And I talked to them both today, and they're going to come in to Zoom. So we're not going to stream necessarily to Zoom. They want to be in the Zoom room with everybody so that they can really interact with y'all and see what's going on. So, have your dance party. And then DJ Selfie is going to come back in for the after party. That one might be on Zoom if that party is still going. It might be on the YouTube channel. It might be on both. We'll just kind of have to see how that one goes.
Yeah, we got a full day. That's for sure.
On Friday, y'all.
I know, I'm gonna have to. Oh man, I got my blue light glasses coming in too. They're called Hamiltons. They look like from.
I got a whole pack. They're like super square.
But yeah. I mean, this is awesome. I mean, is there anything else that you wanna tell them about? I mean, we're rolling so much information out, and we're gonna keep doing it.
I know. I think we already talked about the panels, but there are panels too. Guys, just make sure you go. A lot of people are like, where's the schedule? BailaCura.org. Okay, just go to our website and you can look up the full virtual schedule on there. And that's where you can also make donations. We'll be taking donations throughout the whole day, okay? Invite your friends, invite your family, invite your neighbor.
Yeah.
Just share the event. We just want to have an amazing turnout and celebrate with each other.
And all of the panels, I mean, we have everything from a dancer's guide to women health and understanding cancer. We're having an open conversation with the Ronald McDonald House. We donated to them in 2019 and believe in what they do. They get to come on. Their executive director and their director for community engagements is going to be on, and it's going to be, I think, Chris and I, and we're going to be talking about what they do. They have a video. It's going to be super awesome. They're super fun to talk to. We'll also be having a presentation on understanding cancer. So for people that are non-scientists, right? When I had cancer 5 years ago or 6 years ago now, whenever it was, I had no idea what it actually was. And so, I think this is important to just kind of see what it's like if you're interested in that. COVID-19, health disparities. I mean, we just overcoming discrimination. We have so much. So even your friends that are not dancers, if they want to come and they want to, learn about that, they're welcome to. It's all free. It's all publicly available. It will be recorded. We want to provide this for our community. So share, please.
Yeah. And of course, it's important. We're using our platform. We're, using the power of our dance community to support our mission. So, let's just get a lot of people in there. Let's get some good vibes going. And, it's second best to being there in person, right? So I hope to see you guys.
Best we can.
Yeah, I hope to see you guys all on Saturday. And if you have any questions, obviously, you can reach out directly on the BailaCura page. You can reach out to me personally. I'm fine with that. Either on my dancer page, on my personal page, on my Instagram. Also, guys, on my Instagram, if you go there, there is a link. It's a link folio. If you click on that, the top link on there will take you directly to the BailaCura page. So if you're like, oh, I got to ask Jenny where actually, I can just click on this. Yeah.
And make sure you go and register on Eventbrite if you want the links to the dance classes. We're asking for a $25 donation, but if you want to just attend and you can't afford that, that's totally cool. Register anyways. And we'll be sending out an email, I think, on Thursday evening and then again on Saturday morning right beforehand, where it's going to have all the links, so that way you can take all the dance classes. All the panels and presentations are going to be on StreamYard, which will be on our YouTube and Facebook, just like Jenny said. So, yeah. I mean, is there any? I think we covered pretty much everything. Is there anything else, Jenny?
No, I don't see anything else. I don't see any other questions. I think that's it. Yeah, that was a lot of information. Just stay in touch with us, guys, because it's going to be a lot of information. We can't just hand you like a sheet of paper.
Yeah.
You just post a schedule, be like, go to room A. It's going to be, just stay in touch with us. Make sure that when you go to the BailaCura page, in the event page, make sure you click to opt in for the notifications. Otherwise, you might not prioritize those notifications. You're going to want those on for that day. That will help you kind of navigate what's going on, when, how to get in, etc.
Yeah, I mean, our team is doing the best we can. We've never hosted a virtual event before. We luckily have people on the team that do this for their corporate work. So we have a lot of. I think I've never done it before, but I think we are 100% ready to go. And I'm excited to see it roll out and be able to provide this for y'all. So is there anything else you want to say before we kind of head off?
I don't think so. I want to give a huge shout out to our marketing guy, Andres. I don't think he's on right now, but hopefully he'll see this. He has been amazing with helping us make sure that our graphics and our website look amazing. He's the bomb. So.
Andres is awesome. And all the people that have donated, whether it's been on Facebook or Give Lively, I think Sabrina right now, and Susan and Daryl and Beto and Jessica. Thank you. If I'm missing anybody, I'm sorry, but thank you very much for doing your fundraising. You're awesome.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, take care. Thanks for joining in.
Bye, guys.